All right, so are you ready to get back into Hell's Kitchen?
Oh, yeah?
Because things are going to get really intense really fast.
I am ready.
So we're diving deep into Daredevil's return in this new 2023 series. We've got the first 3 issues ready to go. Plus, we're bringing in some insights from Comic Breakdown on YouTube.
They always have some great analysis.
Seriously, those guys really know their stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so issue #1. It doesn't waste any time. Bam! We're right back in hell. And I mean that literally.
Oh, wow.
Matt Murdock is back from hell.
Okay.
Which I guess you could say is kind of a fitting place for Daredevil, right?
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it.
It's like his whole life has been this descent into darkness. But this time it's literal.
Right.
It's all because of that war with the hand, you know.
Oh, yeah, the Ninja Clan.
Those guys are bad news. And then there's the beast.
That entity of pure evil.
Yeah, like straight up biblical evil.
So this is some heavy stuff right off the bat. But here's where it gets really interesting. Matt doesn't remember any of it. No Daredevil. No lawyering. Not even Elektra.
Oh, wow.
That's a big deal.
It's like a clean slate.
Yeah, but is it really, though? That's the question.
I mean, he's been through hell, literally.
Exactly.
That's got to leave some scars.
Right, and that's what makes this premise so fascinating.
Totally.
Because he's trying to build this new life for himself. He's a priest now, running this youth home called St. Nicholas.
For troubled teens.
Yeah, trying to make a difference. But there's this tension, right? This underlying sense that he's not really free.
Yeah, like the shadow of Daredevil is still there.
Exactly, and you see it in the art, too.
Oh, absolutely.
That opening image of Matt being ripped from hell. Demons all around him, claws digging in.
Yeah, it's intense.
It sets the tone for the entire series.
Totally.
Like, even though he's back in the world,
yeah,
he's still haunted by what he experienced.
Right, and that visual foreshadowing, it just continues throughout the whole issue.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like that scene where Matt stops the abusive boyfriend. It's like the youth home. The way the artist frames that panel, it's like Matt is split in 2.
You know, the priest and the fighter.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to reconcile those 2 sides.
Yeah.
One wants to de-escalate, the other wants to just unleash.
This powerful image.
And that struggle, that's at the heart of this new Daredevil. Even without his memories, he's drawn to protect the innocent.
Yeah, it's like an instinct.
Totally. But then there's this whole other layer.
But what's that?
Who's funding this whole youth home operation? That's the question. And the answer is?
What?
Elektra.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know, right? Talk about a curveball. You usually see Elektra as this cold-blooded killer.
Right, the assassin.
Yeah. But here she is, playing the guardian angel.
Anonymously.
Anonymously. It's like she's trying to redeem herself.
Maybe. Or maybe it's all just a facade.
That's the question. Can someone like Elektra really change?
It makes you think.
And how long can she keep this up?
Yeah.
We see her struggling with the distance, watching Matt from the rooftops.
Like a ghost.
Yeah, almost like she's not really there.
Haunting him.
And then,
what?
Just when you think things can't get weirder, boom, a horned demon shows up.
Oh, no.
And it possesses Elektra. Possesses her. Yeah, it's wild. This demon isn't after Daredevil, though.
Really?
It's specifically targeting Elektra.
That's interesting.
Like a twisted reflection of their own history.
Yeah, you know, Elektra's always walked that line between good and evil.
Totally. Just like Daredevil.
Right.
And during the fight, Matt starts having these flashbacks.
Oh, no.
Just fragments.
Like broken memories.
Yeah, and it's like the demon's presence. It's stirring something deep inside him.
Something he doesn't even understand.
Right. It's terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
But also incredibly intriguing. Are these repressed memories, demonic influence,
could be,
or something else entirely?
That's the brilliant part of this amnesia plotline.
Yeah.
It blurs the lines.
You don't know what's real.
What's imagined.
What's a result of his time in hell.
Exactly.
The visual storytelling. It reinforces that ambiguity.
Oh, absolutely.
Those flashback panels. Chaotic. Distorted.
Like a nightmare.
Exactly. Like they're coming from some deep, dark place.
Yeah.
And then it all culminates in this one stunning image.
Okay.
The demon. Looming over a bound and unconscious Matt.
Oh, wow.
Heavy shadows.
Yeah.
Making the demon look almost abstract, like this embodiment of pure darkness.
It's a powerful visual.
It really is. And then things get even more intense.
How so?
Because the demon starts talking.
Through Elektra.
Yeah, through Elektra.
Yeah.
Taunting Matt, saying he looks tired, offering him peace.
Oh, no.
It's like this classic temptation to just give in.
To the darkness.
Yeah, to abandon the struggle.
To surrender.
Exactly. But even without his memories, even in this vulnerable state, Matt fights back.
Wow.
He prays, grabs a cross.
Symbol of his faith.
Exactly. and performs an impromptu exorcism.
No way.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So he chooses to fight.
Yeah, he rejects the easy way out.
The peace that the demon offers.
Right. He chooses to confront his past, his pain, his destiny.
Whatever that may be.
Exactly. And it's reflected in the art, too.
Oh, really?
This incredible panel of Daredevil leaping across rooftops.
Okay.
The city lights behind him.
Yeah.
He's not trapped in the darkness anymore.
He's back in his element.
Right. Choosing to be the protector. Even if he doesn't fully understand what that means yet.
Wow.
But of course, his troubles are far from over.
Oh, no.
As soon as he deals with the demon. Another threat emerges.
What? No?
A smear campaign.
Again.
Targeting St. Nicholas.
The youth home.
Yeah. And it's being fueled by...
By who?
None other than Ben Urich.
Ben Urich. Seriously?
There you go.
That's crazy.
It's completely out of character for him.
Right. He's one of the most respected journalists.
He's sad.
Always digging for the truth.
Yeah. Fighting for the little guy. And now he's spreading these inflammatory articles about St. Nicholas, accusing Matt of all sorts of shady stuff.
There has to be more to this.
Well,
This sudden shift in his behavior.
doesn't make sense.
Like, is he being controlled by something? Or has he fallen victim to some kind of misinformation
It's another mystery.
layered on top of everything else?
Exactly.
And the way the artist portrays Ben in that scene,
Oh, yeah.
when Daredevil confronts him, there's this haunted look in his eyes.
Like he's trapped.
Inside his own mind.
Yeah. It's hard.
It adds another level of complexity to the story.
For sure. But Daredevil doesn't have time to dwell on it.
Why not?
He's got to deal with a new gang
A new gang.
called the Heat.
The Heat.
They're terrorizing Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, no.
They're brutal,
Yeah.
heavily armed, and clearly making a play for power.
This keeps getting worse.
I know, right? And we see this shift in Daredevil
What kind of shift?
as he confronts the Heat. The fight scenes are brutal,
Brutal.
almost savage. It's like there's a new edge to his fighting style, a ruthlessness that wasn't there before.
Is this the demonic influence?
Maybe.
Or is it just the rage
Yeah, the pent-up rage.
of a man who's lost everything?
And is now fighting to reclaim his life.
Could be both.
Right. And then there's this added layer of corruption.
Corruption.
Daredevil discovers that some of the Heat members are actually dirty cops.
Ooh, what?
Yeah, dirty cops.
Oh, wow.
It's like the line between law enforcement and organized crime has completely blurred.
Epidemic rot that plagues Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's not just about individual bad guys.
Right.
It's about the institutions.
That allowed him to thrive.
Exactly.
And who's at the top of that pyramid?
Right.
That's a big question. That hangs over these first three issues.
Yeah, who is pulling the strings?
Remember that chilling message that Daredevil finds on one of the cops' phones?
Oh, yeah.
Something about a mutual employer.
And target elimination.
It's clear someone is orchestrating this chaos.
And they're gunning for Daredevil.
But who could it be?
Comic Breakdown had some theories,
Yeah.
but I'm not convinced by any of them.
Me neither. Usual suspects.
Like Kingpin.
Yeah, they just feel too obvious. I'm hoping for something more surprising.
Maybe it's someone connected to his time in hell. A demon lord.
Seeking revenge.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Or maybe a rival faction within
Vying for power.
rights.
That would be cool. It would tie into his past
Right.
and create this epic conflict.
Between the supernatural and the street level crime.
That's always been at the heart of these stories.
Exactly. But before we get too lost in speculation,
Okay,
let's circle back to Ben Urich.
right.
His situation just gets more disturbing.
In what way?
He's clinging to these conspiracy theories.
About St. Nicholas.
Yeah. Making wild accusations
Yeah.
that have no basis in reality.
It's like he's lost his grip on reality.
Total
His ability to discern truth from fiction.
Comic Breakdown suggested that he might be under some kind of mind control
Oh, wow.
or even possessed.
Possessed.
Yeah.
That's a possibility.
And honestly, it's starting to feel like the most plausible explanation.
Given his sudden and drastic change in personality
Right.
and the way the artist portrays him, those haunted eyes,
Right.
the gaunt features,
Like a shell of his former self.
it's really sad.
It is.
It adds this whole tragic dimension to the story.
Yeah. Especially considering his friendship with Matt.
Right. Imagine finding out that someone you trust, someone who always stood for the truth, has been turned against you.
That's a nightmare.
It is. And
Oh,
then,
what?
just when you think things can't get any more complicated,
Yeah.
we get the bombshell reveal at the end of issue #3.
Okay. Bullseye is back.
Bullseye! Are you serious?
Yeah, oh man.
Talk about a game changer.
He's one of Daredevil's deadliest foes.
For sure.
A psychopath.
With an uncanny ability to turn anything into a weapon.
Yeah, like a paperclip.
Seriously.
He's terrifying.
And he's not just back for random chaos.
Okay.
He's specifically targeting Matt.
Oh, wow.
And guess what?
What?
He's working for that mysterious employer.
The one pulling the strings.
The one pulling the strings. It's like all these different threads are starting to weave together.
Right. Creating this intricate tapestry of danger.
And intrigue.
Exactly.
It's got the demonic influence.
Right.
The corrupt cops.
Yeah.
Ben Urich's manipulation.
Oh, yeah.
And now Bullseye's return.
All orchestrated by this shadowy figure.
Who remains hidden.
This is classic Daredevil.
But amped up to 11.
Totally.
And it raises so many questions.
Yeah, like who is this mastermind?
Right.
What's their end game?
And can Daredevil even hope to defeat them?
With his amnesia.
And his inner demons.
Yeah.
It's a lot to handle.
And what about Elektra?
Oh, yeah.
Is she going to stay on the sidelines?
Watching the man she loves walk into danger.
Or will she have to step in?
And fight alongside him.
Risking her own safety.
And her new life.
These first 3 issues, they've laid the groundwork for an epic story.
Oh, absolutely.
It's thrilling and thought-provoking.
Full of action and suspense.
And character development.
I love how Comic Breakdown brought in that extra layer of analysis.
Yeah, they always do.
They pointed out things I hadn't even considered.
Like what?
The symbolism in the art.
Oh, yeah.
The way the artist uses light and shadow.
To represent his internal conflict.
Exactly.
They also made a really interesting point.
What's that?
That Daredevil's return might not be a good thing. What if his time in hell changed him?
In ways he doesn't understand.
Right.
What if he's bringing something dark back with him?
That's a chilling thought.
It is.
It adds a whole new level of tension.
We're watching a hero on the verge of becoming a monster.
It's a classic superhero dilemma.
But with a Daredevil twist.
And that's what makes this new series so captivating.
You're not just rooting for him to win.
You're worried about what he might become.
Exactly.
It makes you think about the cost of heroism.
Yeah. The sacrifices that are made.
And the potential for darkness.
Even in those who strive for good.
It's a powerful theme.
It really is.
And it makes you question everything.
Yeah. Who is Daredevil now?
What does he stand for?
And can he truly save Hell's Kitchen?
Or will he just bring it down with him?
It's a lot to unpack.
It is.
But that's what we're here for, right?
We dive deep.
To explore the complexity.
And to try to make sense of it all.
Exactly. So let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll delve even deeper into these first 3 issues.
Sounds good to me.
All right. See you in a bit. So we were talking about that systemic rot in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, it's like a cancer.
And it makes you wonder, with all these forces at play, can Daredevil actually make a difference?
I mean, that's the big question, right?
It is. Is he going to be a symbol of hope? Or is his return going to make things even worse?
Especially with his amnesia.
Yeah.
It's like he's fighting blind.
Literally.
And figuratively.
Right.
And then there's that whole question of demonic influence.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one. What if his time in hell changed him?
In ways he doesn't even realize.
What if he's brought something back with him?
Something dark.
That's a terrifying thought.
It is.
But it's also what makes this story so compelling. Because you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's unpredictable.
And it makes you question everything.
Like, who is Daredevil now?
What does he stand for?
And can he really be the hero Hell's Kitchen needs?
Especially with Bullseye back in the picture.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole other layer of crazy.
This.
Bullseye is just pure chaos.
And he's working for that mysterious employer.
The one who's been pulling the strings.
If, like, all these threats, they're converging on Daredevil.
Yeah, he's at the center of this storm.
And he's got to figure out how to navigate it.
Without his memories.
Without succumbing to the darkness.
It's a lot for one man to handle.
It is.
Yeah.
But that's Daredevil for you?
Always facing impossible odds.
Always pushing himself to the limit.
And sometimes beyond.
So what did you think of those Comic Breakdown videos?
Oh, they were great.
I love how they brought in that extra layer of analysis.
Yeah, they always do.
They pointed out some things I hadn't even considered.
Like what?
The symbolism in the art.
Oh.
The way the artist uses light and shadow.
To represent Matt's internal conflict.
Exactly. It's like he's constantly caught between 2 worlds.
Yeah, light and darkness.
Hope and despair.
And he's got to find a way to balance them.
If he wants to survive.
And save Hell's Kitchen.
Right. So where do we go from here?
Oh, I think the big question is, who is this mysterious employer?
Yeah, who's behind all this chaos?
And what's their end game?
Is it someone from Daredevil's past?
Maybe.
Someone connected to his time in hell?
Could be.
Or is it someone completely new?
A new player in the game.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Something unexpected.
Yeah, a twist we don't see coming.
That would be awesome.
It would. Because let's face it, we've seen Kingpin a million times.
Yeah, he's a bit overplayed.
Right. I want something fresh.
Someone with a new motive.
A new agenda.
That would really shake things up.
And that's what Daredevil needs right now.
A real challenge.
Something to push him to his limits.
And force him to confront his demons.
Literally.
And figuratively.
It's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out.
I can't wait for the next issue.
Me neither. This is just the beginning.
And it's already one wild ride.
So buckle up, folks. Things are about to get even crazier. So much to think about, right?
Yeah, like, what is Matt's return going to mean for Hell's Kitchen?
Exactly.
Can he really save it?
Or is he just going to make things worse?
With all this baggage he's carrying?
Yeah, the amnesia, the demonic influence.
The guilt, the rage.
It's a lot.
It is.
And then there's Electri.
Right.
She's trying so hard to protect him.
To give him this peaceful life.
For how long?
Can she really stay on the sidelines?
When she sees him walking into danger?
Especially with Bullseye back in the mix.
Oh yeah, that's a whole other level of crazy.
It is.
Bullseye doesn't mess around. And he's working for that mysterious employer.
Who's still out there.
Pulling the strings.
Orchestrating this whole chaotic symphony.
It's wild.
It is.
But you know what I find really interesting?
What's that?
Even with all this darkness surrounding him, we still see glimpses of the Matt Murdock we know.
Yeah, the good man.
The one who cares.
The one who wants to help.
Like with the kids at the youth home.
Yeah, he's kind to them.
Patient. Understanding.
It's like that part of him, it's still there.
Even if he doesn't remember who he is or where he's been.
It gives you hope.
It does.
Hope that maybe he can overcome all this.
And find his way back to the light.
Yeah, maybe Daredevil can be a symbol of hope after all.
For himself.
For himself.
And for Hell's Kitchen.
That's a nice thought.
It is.
So what are your final thoughts on these first 3 issues?
I think they're a fantastic start to a new era for Daredevil.
Yeah, they really set the stage for something epic.
It's action-packed.
Full of suspense.
And emotionally resonant.
It really makes you think
about the nature of good and evil.
About the choices we make.
And the consequences of those choices.
And it leaves us with so many questions.
Yeah, like who is this mysterious employer?
What do they want?
What's going to happen to Matt?
To elect to Hell's Kitchen.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
I can't wait to find out.
Me neither. This is going to be one wild ride.
For sure.
So thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
And remember, folks, there's always more to uncover in the shadows.